Assalamu alaikum and hello to all cricket viewers and welcome to Cricketing Mind. PSL 8 is moving towards the decisive session and we have 3 to 4 matches left, playoffs, qualifiers and then the finals. And in order to discuss these matches, your favorite, my favorite, Ibrahim Yusuf from South Africa will be there. Ibrahim, assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum and hello to the viewers. It's nice to be back again on video.
Obviously, it's always pleasure to having Ibrahim on show, and we will do always in-depth analysis. So, Ibrahim, PSL 8, not far away from the final this Sunday. We have a final, and the 4 teams basically. Do you think the 4 teams the deserving for has qualified, or do you will get some rate to your quota as well?
No, I think the 4 best teams have played. They were playing the better cricket throughout. Quetta and Karachi were always playing catch up, so eventually the 4 most deserving teams qualified.
Yeah, true. Quota was definitely below par, but Karachi Kings, I think they have few close matches that might be turn the table. I think like lost by 3 runs and 4 runs, then couple of matches by 2 runs. So their run rate is quite positive. In last match, they beat Lahore with a heavy margin. On a couple of matches, they won totally one-sided. So I mean, I have a bit like soft corner for Karachi Kings. Quota, definitely, they were below par. So Ibrahim, moving forward regarding first match, the first qualifier will play tomorrow between Lahore Qalandar and Multan Sultan. Both teams have been exceptional throughout the tournament, and we have seen Multan was fabulous. But when it comes to Lahore leg and Pindi leg, Multan was a bit shaky, and they're like keep on losing the momentum. And what stage they were going through number 3 to number 4 stage, and then suddenly pick the momentum and back to like first 2 spots. So good for Rizwan 11. They finally got the first 2 spots, and if they lost, they get another chance to play. So Lahore Qalandar is Multan Sultan tomorrow. Whom you think and why that this team can be upset the other side?
I think Multan Sultans, because of the batting order, they has gained a lot of confidence from the last 2 high-scoring matches. I think the bowling might be slightly weak, but it's the last match they found a bit of a decent bowling attack, although they did go for 250. But I think they have found which bowlers they want, and I think they will put up a challenge for Lahore. Let's see what the conditions there. I think it might just suit them a little bit with their game plan. So that's why I'm going Multan Sultans for the win, and I think they do have more settled team in terms of their batting order and what they want.
Yeah, definitely. I was talking early day against like in a WhatsApp conversation as well that Multan Sultan middle order is quite fabulous. Like David Miller, Kieran Pollard, Kush Dilsha, and then Riley Rousseau. So their middle stand is always like fabulous. So in terms of bowling, do you think it's Lahore Qalandar bowling versus Multan Sultan batting, or on the day it will be like just 4 hours who play the better cricket will win?
I do think it is going to be Lahore Qalandar's bowling versus Multan's batting, and on the day, whichever of the 2 gets the better, executes better on their plans will be the winner. I think Lahore, but in the batting, there is in the middle order a bit of a problem. I think opening Fakhar Zaman and then maybe Sikandar Raza there have been doing well with the bat, but the others, and Sam Billings, but the others need to step up as well.
Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. This edition PSL, both matches win by Lahore Qalandars or it's a one each? Because I remember the first one which Multan lost by only 1 run. That might be the opening of the PSL. Other one, who was the winner of the second encounter? Lahore versus Multan, if you remember.
I think Lahore won again.
Lahore. So it's 2-0 on court right now.
Yeah.
And then surely that with Rizwan like 11 should have to think that where their weakness, because they were close encounter. First was very close, that was the 1-run margin. Second, I believe that was one-sided against Lahore. I will see the review and the scorecard once more, but as Ibrahim mentioned that he's always spot on that second is also won by Lahore Qalandars. So Lahore Qalandar versus Multan Sultan, you see Multan favorite. Me myself considering, I'm not sure why my heart saying that's Multan Sultan gonna win, keeping that their calmness in their captain, because Shaheen sometimes bit aggressive and the team is bit Lahore Qalandar more of aggression. That thing I think they'll let them down, and there are chances the momentum with Multan currently have winning the couple of matches and then qualify for the first 2 spots. So I'm also going Multan Sultan tomorrow. I will also do a session tomorrow as well, like on a personal basis. But anyhow, moving towards the eliminator part, a lot of debate on Peshawar Zalmi should qualify or not. As you mentioned, that 4 best have already qualified. I always second you that it's fine. The Peshawar Zalmi have played a wonderful cricket, especially the batting in particular, the way Babar Azam and Saim Ayub are providing the start. Bowling is the weak area, and the last 2 matches, 240 plus, and they end in a loss. Although it was a Rawalpindi wicket, which is not like suited for the bowlers, and that was all over the ground, raining sixes there. So do you think Peshawar Zalmi will come out that shell? Babar Azam most likely play that eliminator. That's an important game. And TKC also doing good captaincy. Last match they won. So Islamabad versus Peshawar Zalmi. And for the viewers, Ibrahim always supporting Islamabad United for the quite time now, so there is no objection that he is going for Peshawar Zalmi. He is going for Islamabad United for sure. But why? And do you think Peshawar can give tough time to Islamabad?
They can give a tough time, but it'll be on their batting. I think their batting is where it's key for them. Their bowling has been very weak throughout the season, and they have had few players who haven't come, who they bought initially in the draft, and then they didn't come, like Asaranga and well, I think there was 2 players which actually strengthened their bowling, which didn't pitch up, and then they've gone for that Afghanistan bowler, Umrazi, I think, and they brought in another player, which haven't really, those are inexperienced players, so it wasn't good picks, and it hasn't been helped with the bowling. So I think they do have maybe to lean on Wabrias to lead that bowling attack, and maybe Usman Kadir, so that those 2 are key. They get good, their 4 overs good, and then that will help with them restricting the other team. Otherwise, I think they'll find it a tough time to win that eliminator.
Yeah.
The way Islamabad bat.
Okay, Ibrahim, do you think that in Peshawar Zalmi, like if you see in a lineup, there are a lot of experienced players, likes of Babar Azam, TKC, Wahab. There is a certain element of captaincy as well, because Wahab was the last captain with Peshawar Zalmi, played in PSL 7. Then Babar got scared, TKC got a chance. So there is a lot of decisions around, or they will stick with Babar to continue. Obviously, they will, but there is an element of captaincy somewhere, the greed of captaincy, or somewhere to lead, or there will be a fair call with Babar. I personally feel that Wahab, in particular, his performance getting down, and he's like getting a lot of runs, getting hammered all around. So, as far as captaincy is concerned, how do you rate Peshawar Zalmi, and will it be the impactful factor, or it will be just a game and Babar should rate as always he's doing?
I think Babar should not let a team like Islamabad, if they go on the attack early, he shouldn't let it get to his mind, because then he freezes and he doesn't know how to set the field. And then the bowlers are lost. They don't know where to bowl the ball because of the field he's setting. And then the batting team is dictating the whole match, and they're in control. So Babar is going to have to control his nerves, calm down, make sure that he's setting the right field, and that the bowlers are getting what they want. Otherwise, I don't think, and I think they're going to be missing Rahman Pau. He's come to South Africa for the ODI series. So it'll be interesting to see who comes in his place there. And I think Shanaka has gone to New Zealand for the ODI series there. So it'll be interesting to see how they fill the gap with those players.
Someone was telling that might be Shakib isn't coming back, but there's a last match, I think, Bangladesh versus England. I heard a news on Facebook.
The last match played today. So they played today, so I don't know if he's returning.
And what was the result of that? I have missed the result actually.
Bangladesh won. It's a whitewash. For Bangladesh.
A separate session for that. Coming back to Islamabad United, as I told viewers that EB is always supporting Islamabad United for time, having a decent player, a bunch of players every time in lights of Alex Hayes, Sterling. So EB, what's the factor you supporting these guys? And definitely there's 11 matches, no doubt about that. If you top order, from middle order, then bowlers, everyone can bat. That's a specialty of Islamabad United. I also supported a couple of seasons then. How do you think that what make up this team? All our friends, and they're very close to each other, especially the Roti group. So the chemistry they have developed so far, Fahim Ashraf chased 18 odd and over the Karachi Kings match against, that was a close encounter, but result in Islamabad. Why are you supporting them? And what is the chemistry behind? They all can bat. And if they click, I think they can post any total if they bat it first. Yeah.
I think it's something what they do similar to what Lahore Qalandars do. Both of them have created a very good team environment, the management and the staff and owners, and they welcome the players well, and they make them express themselves. They let them be themselves and play their game, and they put them in positions where they're comfortable to be batting, or where they're comfortable as bowlers, which is their role with the international team or domestic team back home, and they use them in their best position, and what they can bring with their best strength to the team, which is why they're being so successful.
Coming back to the second qualifier now, once you pick the Multan, second you pick Islamabad. Obviously, Lahore if lose, then Lahore will face Islamabad. So Lahore versus Islamabad, who do you think that will play for the Multan Sultan for the finals? Obviously, but early to ask, but Ibrahim prediction is always spot on, and me myself predicting that Multan might go on, and I am supporting Islamabad as well in different respects. But Lahore versus Islamabad will be a tough ask because, as you mentioned, that both teams are quite organized, both have a well-managed staff. They express their player to play freely. The momentum and the environment they have given the team, they can express freely. So Lahore versus Islamabad is always a wonderful. And keeping the captaincy issue in mind, recently Babar is dropped from Afghanistan series. Shaheen was also rested, but we have seen the few names, Shaheen and Shadab. So these are the born leaders, and they have like now emerging leaders, I must say. So how do you think that Lahore versus Islamabad encounter in case it happens?
That will be a very good encounter. I think Islamabad will have the edge to win with the coming with the winning momentum. I think that will be a fresh day, and I think Lahore will want to make sure that they make the final. So they'll be obviously it's in Lahore, so a home final. So they'll give their best. I think it will be a tight one. I think Islamabad will.
So
win
you are not giving you are not giving home advantage to Lahore in any match.
No, I think they will look to take that home advantage in the second one, but I think Islamabad will edge them out. It will be a tight one.
Ibrahim, but if you see the bowling of Lahore Qalandars in lights of Shaheen Afridi, Haris Rauf, Rashid Khan, David Visa, then Zaman Khan, like all like 4 overs, 20 overs, they can like a superstar, international bowling around. You can't like debate a second thought on that. Their bowling is weak or very ordinary, or even if someone makes 160, they have a potential to defend this total. The only team I believe that Lahore Qalandars, that they have a bowling of that kind which can defend any sort of total with aggression and with good captaincy skills. So, how do you rate Lahore Qalandars bowling in particular?
I think that's one of the best bowling in the PSL. I think Haris Rauf and Zaman Khan, who are probably the two bowlers who sometimes you feel they struggle for line and length and they can get hit. But I think they've had their off days in the last 2 games of the league. They did go for runs, they were expensive. I think they'll be back with Shaheen Shah also back as captain if he does play. I heard they're saying he has an injury, so he might not play. So let's see. That might I wasn't impressed with Visa's leadership in the last game against Karachi. So let's see. Maybe that could be the fact if Shine is not available and Visa is leading. That might just be the reason why they might be short on a proper inspirational leader, why they don't make it. But let's see what happens.
And will there be any impact of toss? We've seen in the Pindi that high scoring matches also chase, and obviously that won't be that much high scoring because the boundaries we've seen in Lahore is quite like in terms of meter is quite far away. But do you think that toss will be the decisive factor, or like high pressure games, put bat first, put runs on the board, and get other side of position in tough position?
I think high pressure game, you put runs on the board, but it depends. Maybe if there's dew around, the team might want to chase, but I think they're probably more set a target and then let the other team chase under pressure.
Okay, Brian, one final question. Who will be the champion of PSL
8? Champion Islamabad United. I think it's Islamabad.
Without any doubt, as supporting Ibrahim, so you stick with his word that Islamabad United gonna win. I personally feel the final will be Multan Sultan, and the second team I believe it will be Islamabad United. I told my video early on as well that Multan Sultan Islamabad United personally I feel as well, but it's early to say predicted because Mohammad Azwan is very cool and calm campaigner. On the other hand, Islamabad is full of stars. So time will tell. We'll do one more session before final, inshallah, if we get a chance with the whole squad. Unfortunately, all the members couldn't able to join right now, but we will do that. But Ibrahim was available today as always, and Yusuf the in-depth analysis. And just for the rehash, so the recap, what we have discussed so far. So Multan versus Sultan versus Lahore Qalandars. Both are going with Multan Sultans tomorrow. And the Eliminator going to do day after tomorrow. That is Islamabad United with Peshawar Zalmi. We are going with Islamabad United because of the batting powerhouse they have. They have a well-managed, well-organized team. On the other hand, Zalmi is a bit shaky in terms of their bowling. That is the only weak area. But you never know. Cricket is a funny game. And when it comes to second qualifier, that's the more of the hell of a game because Lahore Qalandars. This is our perception. This is not going to happen. I'm not sure, but we are just perceiving that Lahore Qalandars, Islamabad United. That will be the match to watch if it happens. And then finally. So let's see how it goes. Thank you so much, Ibrahim, for joining on a very short notice, as you always do. And keep subscribing and liking the Ibrahim channel. I'll request you go the EB Sport Talk, a very good blog writer. As recently I read a blog of West Indies versus South Africa series, which is going to start ODI with 3 T20s and 3 ODIs. We should follow that. And most likely me and Ibrahim will do sessions on his channel as well in the coming days as well, before Ramadan, obviously. This series is going to start on 26th. or
Starting this Thursday, 16, the ODI
this Thursday.
series.
I think T20s are after that.
Yeah, T20 is on the 25th.
So viewers, thank you so much for joining Ibrahim and all the viewers. We will see you again. Till then, take care. Allah Hafiz.
Assalamu alaikum.